Today's episode is for anyone who feels like their brain has 42 tabs open and none of them are loading. Hey there, amazing person. I hope you're having an amazing day. If not, that's okay too. Welcome to the 19th episode of Keep Calm and Mental Health On. I'm Aditi Ediga, your host, and I'm so excited to have you here. It means a lot. So if your thoughts keep racing and if you feel overwhelmed by the noise, even when nothing big is happening, this one is for you. So let's take a breath together, because before we dive into the clutter, I want to remind you of this. You're not broken. Maybe you're just overstimulated, because you're not failing. You're just full. Your mind is full. So here's a metaphor that maybe explains things a little better. Imagine your brain is a browser window, each thought, worry, or responsibility a tab. And suddenly you have tabs like, what if I forgot to respond to that email? I should be more productive. I need to check on that person. What did I say to that thing 3 days ago? Wait, did I turn off the stove? And what is wrong with me? None of these tabs are done loading, but they're all open. And I know that when I feel like this, I usually do have a lot of tabs open. And your brain is running in the background trying to process them all. It's no wonder we feel fried. Your system isn't crashing, it's overwhelmed. So here's the thing. We live in a world where we're constantly interrupting ourselves. Mid-scroll, mid-thought, mid-conversation. Ding, there's a new notification, new distraction, and new pressure. Our thoughts are constantly starting, but never finishing. And that unfinishedness builds up into loops. And these loops sound like, I should be doing more. Why do I always feel behind? Why can't I focus? What if something bad happens? Or even, I'll relax after I get through this. But this keeps changing, and your mind never gets closure. You're not overthinking because you're weak. You're overthinking because your brain never got a full stop. Just a lot of commas and ellipses. So mental clutter is a real thing. So let's name the invisible things taking up space in your head. The group chat that you haven't responded to, maybe an application you bookmarked but never started, guilt over skipping a workout to the friend you're worried about, the unread messages that make your chest tight, and the someday to-do lists that haunt you every night. Mental clutter doesn't just exist in to-do lists. It shows up as emotional tabs, like what-ifs, shoulds, unspoken worries, and open-ended loops. And the tricky part, mental clutter doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it's just the dull hum of everything, everywhere, all at once. So have you ever stared at your closet and thought, I have nothing to wear? Or reread a menu 10 times and still not decide? Well, that's decision fatigue. And it's also why every little thing feels big. But it's not just about clothes or dinner. It's the exhaustion that comes from constantly choosing, performing, responding. Even choosing which emoji to use feels like a test. And because we're constantly asked to curate ourselves, online, offline, and emotionally, our brain gets no rest. Every day feels like a mental quiz. What should I post? Should I answer that call? Do I have the energy to hang out? And how should I feel about this thing? So if you're tired of choosing, you're not lazy. You're mentally maxed out. So we think we're resting when we scroll, but often we're just distracting ourselves. And that noise fills our quiet. So instead of being alone with our thoughts, we're filling them with edited highlight reels, opinions we didn't ask for, 100 voices that aren't our own in the form of 7-second sound bites. We think we're resting, but our brain is still on. Still comparing, still absorbing. So if you feel overstimulated even after a break, it's because you never really left the noise. Silence is just the absence of sound. It's a presence of mental spaciousness. and most of us are starved for it. So we all feel very tired, and honestly, it's not the kind of tired that sleep can fix, but it is the kind that comes from caring too much. You're always thinking, solving, calculating, and preparing. And I understand this a lot, but I want you to know that you don't need to have all the answers right now. You are allowed to rest, you are allowed to shut some of those tabs, and you are allowed to just be. So let that part of you remember how to breathe, and take a breath here even. Inhale, hold, and exhale slowly, and let the tabs quiet down just for a second. So let's make this episode actionable. Here are some prompts you can write down or think through later. Number 1, which mental tabs are open right now that I haven't dealt with yet? Number 2, what am I ruminating on that I cannot control? Number 3, which decision can I simplify or remove today? And number 4, lastly, what's something I've been avoiding and why? This can all really help you understand when the last time you felt mentally quiet was and what helped you get there, because even naming the noise gives you power over it. So, how should we gently quiet the tabs without forcing a reset? Now, this isn't about deleting your life or even parts of it. It's about small things that actually bring the clarity back. So you can try these. The 5-minute mind dump. You can write every random thought down, no order, just spill it all out. Number 2, the 2-tab rule. Focus on just 2 tasks at once, maybe just for one day, and everything else should wait. Number 3, a notification audit. Turn off everything that doesn't need to buzz. Number 4, 1 screen days. Use only one device at a time, no dual screening. And number 5, lastly, silence sprints. 10 minutes of no input, just breathing, staring, existing. Because you don't need a 3-day retreat to find calm. Sometimes peace comes in 3 minutes you gift yourself throughout the day. So let me end with another metaphor. Your brain isn't a machine that needs optimizing. It's a garden that needs tending. Some thoughts are weeds growing wild and stealing light. Others are smaller seeds waiting to be planted with intention. And some are flowers, quiet, resilient, blooming, even when you're not looking. So you don't have to force clarity. You can nurture it. So today, pull a weed, water a flower, and leave some space for stillness. Let some tabs close, because your brain is brilliant, but it needs breaks too. Let this be your reminder. You're allowed to not be productive. You're allowed to not have an answer. You're allowed to log off, tune out, and just exist. Shut a tab, close a loop, and breathe. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of Keep Calm and Mental Health On. It can be found on Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio, and more. If this resonated with you, share with a friend who might need to hear it. Next episode, we'll talk about the confidence crisis and why you don't feel like yourself because of self-doubt and the imposter syndrome. Until next time, stay kind to your mind and take care. Signing off with love and leaving you lots of positivity. This is Aditi reminding you to keep calm and mental health on.